Thank you.
You are having that collar and all, huh?
Illa.
Why?
This is middle ear problem. The collar doesn't help in this.
Okay.
Shobha madam, how are you?
Jai Janendra ma'am, I'm fine. Thank you.
Indra to all.
Jai Janendra.
Jai Janendra, ma'am.
Jai Janendra.
Jai Janendra Bharati.
Namaskar ji.
Saurabhji, that day you asked for Ku Guru, Ku Dev and all, no?
Mm-hmm.
Some 20, 30 years back, one of my friend, we went to a Vinayagar temple,
Right.
a Ganesh temple. I told we won't worship her. What he said, no, you see your God through Vinayagar.
Yeah.
So don't see that he is a Vinayagar. He is maybe Mahavir, he may be Rishabh, Dev, like that. You worship like that, he said.
Yeah.
That's also a valid point, I think. So what do you say?
Yeah. There is a mention of something like that even in one of the shastras I was reading. It's an episode where in Gujarat, if you may have heard of his name, Hemchandra Acharya, he was called Kalikal Sarvagya. So he, in his time, the same thing as was happening earlier, the conflict between Brahmins and Jains.
Okay.
So one of the Brahmin leaders, he must have instigated king, and he said, if your guru is a true Jain guru, he should come and visit the temple of Somnath, which is a Shaiv temple. And he should bow there. So the king was very firm that his guru was very equanimous and he had nothing like this or no partisan behavior. So he invites him and the invitation is accepted. So when Acharyaji went into the temple, and he said to himself in his mind that my veneration goes to the one who has overcome the power of passions and who has attained the state of vitrag. And they say in that shastra that as soon as he says that, that the statue of that god or god Shiva opens up in a bright light, and then there is a statue of one of the Tirthankars presenting itself there. So it is like a miracle, sort of, so to speak. But what they were trying to express was that when you have that vitrag bhav within you, then the statue does not take any precedence at all.
That is
So
immaterial.
it's immaterial. So, but when we pray to them with the expectation that they would be doing welfare for us,
Yes.
that is where the mithyatva starts. It's
No
not about venerating someone.
Yeah, no grievances.
No grievances. You're not expecting anything other than vitrag bhav within you as well, the exposition of that vitrag bhav within you. Then no matter where the statue is.
Yes.
And similar thing, I'm doing this course called Meru that is being initiated by Jainology department, I think. And the same mention happened there when the teacher who teaches us, she's in Dubai.
Right.
So she said that there is a new Swaminarayan temple that has been constructed in Abu Dhabi. So she took her daughter there, and they were sitting there. So the daughter asked mom, she said, you tell us that we should only bow to Tirthankars and and not to any other dev. So when you bring me here, are you planning to pray here as well? So she said, I thought for a minute and I said, going to a temple doesn't mean that you are going against the design of Jain Darshan.
That's a
Temple is a very pious place. My veneration will still stay with the Vitaragi Bhagwan. So if there is a Vitragi Bhagwan present in this temple, my veneration goes to that. So I'm not fussed about which statue it is. My veneration is to the Vitragi Bhagwan. So you often see something like this mentioned in this community circles as well. So very
Ram,
nice.
Ram Kumar, I
Yes.
have a theory. Hmm?
Hmm.
The Jains do not bow down to a, a, a person. They,
Yeah.
they pray to a concept. And even the Tirthankara is a concept. That is, you are the godliness which is in me. And I'm trying to look at you to draw inspiration so that I recognize my own godliness. We've given a form of, it's nice because we have taken our guiding light and given the form. But no Siddha has any form. He's a Shariri.
Okay.
So, in any form you can see your godliness in the, it is just a helping tool to
In way, it's a
to help
medium.
us recognize our own inner Atma, actually, our own godliness. And the other thing is, they say that, when I was reading this Padmanabha Jaini's book, he says that the Darshana Pratima, I don't know how Saurabhji will translate it, Darshana Pratima is of two modes. One is the Bhakti mode and the other is the renunciatory mode. And Bhakti mode is devotion. And what is this devotion? This devotion is the dedication to wanting to achieve a goal of self-realization, and you take help of forms and figures, because we are all very normal human beings. We cannot think in a very highly eclectical plane, actually. We cannot imagine our Atma and then do all that. So we need a kind of a form which, when we devote ourselves, it's like a focusing the energies towards your goal, achievement of your goal. Once you have practiced bhakti and it has sort of ingrained into you those kind of mature and higher level understanding, then you go into the renunciatory mode of this darshana pratima. That's what he says.
Yeah, we can take it as a stages also, no?
It's a very known fact even in the non-Jain communities as well, that they call it as Tyagadhara, and then this one here is your what you call Bhakti Dhara.
Bhakti.
So yeah, in a way, what you're summing up, Shobha ma'am, is very true. It's more like when you even in your own experience, you're not able to understand the experience without imagining something. You're not able to get the benefit of that experience. So if we have to have a three-dimensional imagination, then yes, that's where all this Bhakti Marg will have to associate you with some kind of a figure. But like, for example, if we talk about Kabir, who is one of the participants of this Bhakti Marg, he is talking about that invisible Nirvikar, that Atma Tattva or Bhagwan Atma Tattva. Sorry, madam's trying to get in. Give me 1 second. Jai ma'am. Class अभी तो आगे है सभी. The same link is working now. Okay, let me ask Kapil ji. Give me 1 second.
Have we done the prayer? Let's do the prayer. Mangalamaya Mangalakaran.
Kapilji, madam is not able to enter the class. If you can let her in, please.
Saurabhji, we'll do
Yes.
our prayers.
Yeah. Madam is not able to enter the class. So I was just trying to call Kapilji. Okay, we'll do the prayer.
Mangalamaya Mangalakaran Vitaraga Vigyan Namo Tahi Nyataivaye Arahantadi Mahan Kari Mangal Kari Hom Maha Grantha Karana Pokaj Jatai Milai Samaj Sab Pavai Nija Padaraj. Pavai Nija Padaraj. Jai Janendra.
Jai Jinendra, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Janendra,
Jai
ma'am.
Jai ma'am.
Did the
Jai
class
Jinendra,
start just
ma'am.
now? Jai Jinendra, did the class start just now?
About
10
5
minutes.
minutes ago.
Okay, why? What happened? All seem to be very busy with the
No,
Chaturmas getting
We're
over,
not able to
weddings.
join. A link is not available. We're not able to join.
Ah. Who is the team leader? Where is the team leader? He should be replying to my question. Who is operating? Please do reply. Who started the class? Mahendran sir is not available. Parmagam honors, team leader, Sunday batch, Kapil. Padma Priya is also not there, right? Is there a change of guard?
Yeah, Padma Priya and she's taken out of the team leading
leader.
position.
Okay, चलो तो
कपिल
अनाथ
जी हैं
कर दिया
leader.
हमको 20 minutes के लिए अनाथ हो गए थे
We found our way back, man.
Yes, that's important.
But
चलो, thank you.
we'll have a valuable discussion, madam.
Okay. Thank you for the Manglacharan, and we'll start. And I would like to close the class today by 9:45 because I have a commitment. So. So we stopped at page number, if somebody can tell me, 200. But there's one point that needs to be done on page number 198. Am I right? Did we stop with 196 or 200? Who will tell me?
You asked us to study from 200 to 213. So we stopped at 199 now, 198.
193.
Okay. Chal. Quickly, I'll tell you the context in which we are standing. The first thing is Mokshamarga Prakasak, and he's spoken enough about suffering and the cause of suffering, which is mithyatva. And as Jains, what all kind of mental thoughts we have, that our mithyatva remains intact, that is being discussed in this chapter. And the purpose of this chapter is to understand those flaws in our understanding and remove them. Only then we can come on the path of moksha. Is it clear, Malar madam?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
நம்ம என்ன தப்பு கணக்கு பண்றோமோ, ஆனா ஜெயின் பிலாசபியை வச்சுட்டு நம்ம எவ்வளவு தப்பு கணக்கு பண்றோமோ அது பத்தி நம்மளுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுக்குறாங்க. எதுக்காக சொல்லி கொடுக்குறாங்க? நம்ம அந்த தப்பு கணக்கை விட்டுட்டு உண்மையான கணக்கு பண்ணிட்டு மோட்ச மார்கல வரத்துக்கு. கரெக்டா?
Yes, ma'am.
என் தமிழ் கரெக்டா?
Correct.
Chalo, Malar, so clear? So
Yes.
they are telling us about 4 kinds of mithyatva that is happening only with the Jains. Because Jains only know this philosophy of Keval Gyan, of Rag Dvesh, of this, that. So there they don't go deeper and they have these flaws. So their mithyatva doesn't go. So what is the use of, see, the non-Jains are not having the philosophy, they have mithyatva, it's understandable. But we having the Jain philosophy, born in the Jain family, born with the blood of not the blood of Christ, but the blood of the Jainatva should be there in us. So, and still we don't have that real Jainatva, then our Mithyatva doesn't go, then that is a bigger sin, You never got an opportunity to become a doctor or an engineer or a whatever. That's understandable. But you got an opportunity and you did not encash it. So
Okay.
that is a bigger loss, no? It's a bigger loss, right? So they can say we never got an opportunity to understand this. So we have Mithyatva. Understandable. People in our family, they don't know so deep Jainism, they get angry, understandable. But we understanding Jainism and yet we have that anger towards the pure soul in the form of not taking interest in it and not manifesting its infinite potential is not understandable. That is why this whole chapter. Okay, so he talks about the 4 kinds of mithyatva that is there in the Jains: Nishchaya Bhasi, Vyavara Bhasi, Ubhaya Bhasi, and Samyaktva Sanmukh Mithya Drishti. So we all come under the category of 4th one. If we don't have 1, 2, 3. If we remove this 1, 2, 3 of mithyatva, types of mithyatva, Nishchaya, then we come under Samyaktva Sanmukh Mithya Drishti, and then that Mithyatva will go, and then we will get Samyaktva, and then marching ahead on the path of Ratnatraya and reaching our goal of, I won't say moksha, I will say our goal of pure potential manifestation. Pure potential manifestation. Okay, that is our goal. Okay, chal. So Nishchaya Bhasi we are doing, and under Nishchaya Bhasi he told about the 4 flaws that we have. The mistakes that a Jivatma makes. First, he thinks that he is Siddha Bhagwan. Here it is told he is like Siddha Bhagwan. But he understands that he has become Siddha. He is already a Siddha. Right? Second is, he believes that he's got Keval. He's like a Keval Gnani. Third, he believes that Ragadi are not there in him. Up to this we did. And the 4th one was, he believed that there is no bondage for him. See, all these statements are true, but relatively true. But he has taken them as absolutely. Clear? Relatively, all these statements are true. That Atma is abandha, Atma has got no raga dvesha, Atma is like Siddha Bhagwan, Atma is like Keval Gnani, Gyayak Bhav, all that, and all very true. But relatively true. But he has taken it as ekantik way. And so all the mistake, all the fumble on the path of moksha, he is not yet embarked. He remains away from it, far away from. So in page number 198, 198, topmost paragraph, karma no karma ka sambandh hote hue bhi, even though the Atma is with the karma, with the body, he considers himself to be absolutely nirbandha. Nirbandha means nihibandha. Sandhi hokar ke ho gaya nirbandha. Nihi
No.
means without bandha. Okay. Then he says, if you are without bandha, then Keval Gnani can know everything, know the whole universe and everything directly. Then you should also be knowing, no? If there is no bandha, then why you are not knowing like Keval Gnani? So that means bandha is there. But if you keep thinking of bandha, the bandha will not go. Only to embark on the path of spirituality, they say meditate on the Atma that is without bandha in the essential sense, right? But relatively only it is abandha. Only when you experience that abandha state, you are abandha. And as long as you think you are in bandha, you cannot experience that abandha state and you cannot manifest that abandha state. Very simple example, like all the prisoners are in the prison. They consider themselves as bondaged or not? Yes, they are all bondaged in the cage, in the prisons. But as soon as the prison door is open, will they say, no, 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 I am a prisoner, I am in bondage, I am the one, I belong here? No, they immediately run from the prison. Likewise, a parrot is in the cage. It is in bondage. but it considers itself to be belonging to that open, bountiful nature, Akash. It belongs there. It doesn't belong here. By mistake, it fell in the hands of the hunter or the prisoner, or I mean the whatever the cage it is in, and but it doesn't belong there. Likewise, the soul is in the bondage of karma, kashai, kaya, everything, but it doesn't belong here. As soon as the karma is over, the soul will leave the body and go. It has come here for a limited time to fulfill a purpose. हाँ हाँ मैं ले लूंगी, तुम कर लो, तुम्हारा काम कर लो, मैं आके देख लूंगी, मैं डाल दूंगी, कहीं भी कर, पहले इधर घर का जल्दी कर लो, फिर उधर का बता, अंकल आएंगे फिर बताएंगे. Sorry dear. So understood. So here they are telling, Jai, I was saying something. Nahi na, baat was complete, right? So he says, Jai baddhau mukkau monahi so bandhiyehim nibbhantu. Yani, if a jeev considers himself as either bondaged or totally liberated, he is actually in bondage. Relatively, we are in bondage. Relatively, we all are liberated. Atma ka swarup, like the water is hot, but relatively it is hot. Relatively, it is cold. Relatively only, na? Potentially, it is cold. But because it came in the contact with the karma, with the heat, it became hot. Likewise, as long as the contact with karma, kashai is there, the Atma is in bondage. But when the jeev looks at its own potential of that cool nature, that samta bhav nature, that gyayak bhav nature, and then that gyayak bhav manifests. So how much that nature manifests, that much is moksha, marga or moksha, and that much of bondage will become loose. And then it will again further develop that deep meditation and deep spiritual connect. Then the bondage will go. This is the process. And this simple thing has not been understood by the Nishchaya Bhasi. And he considers himself as totally without bondage. And he makes a mistake and he does not apply the effort for liberation. So he misses the bus. Okay. So all these things are told on page number 198, 199 and all that. Okay. Huh? That's it. This point was left out in the last class. Bolo Saurabh bhai.
So this person or this jiva is considered to be knowing all the nine perspectives?
Yes.
Okay.
But he doesn't know to apply them properly.
Okay. But
है
he
ना,
is
नए चक्र
educated.
चलाना नहीं आता है उसको. He is educated.
Okay.
He knows. That's why he is निश्चय से वो अपने को ऐसा मान लेता है ना.
Okay.
मैं तो सिद्ध जैसा हूँ, मैं तो केवल ज्ञान जैसा हूँ, राग द्वेष मेरे नहीं है. All these statements are told in Jinvani.
Yeah.
है ना, आत्मा तो अबंध स्वभाव है. आत्मा is neither pramat nor apramat. It is शुद्ध ज्ञायक. So if
Right.
you are a gyayak, then remain a gyayak, no?
Hmm.
Then why you are running here and there? You're running here and there means rag is there, no?
Yeah.
You want to go here, you want to do this, you want to do that, that means rag is there.
Yeah.
Siddha Bhagwan is not doing anything.
Yeah. Got it.
You know?
you.
So rag
Yeah.
is there, no? That's why. See, for example, rag is there, so I'm talking in the class. But my potential is not to talk. My potential is infinite silence. My potential is infinite mourn like Siddha Bhagwan. This talking is happening because of my rag or because of my karma, because of your nimit, or
Yeah.
because of my weakness of not going into the deep spiritual connect.
Right.
But it is here. All
Yeah.
this is here. This is not upadeya. The pure soul is only upadeya. Even moksha is not upadeya. A pure
Yeah.
soul, when the pure soul becomes upadeya, moksha ka byproduct happens. Keval ka byproduct happens. Even keval gyan is not upadeya. So we have already taught you, no? Upade, hey,
Yeah.
ye, all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am. Thank
So
you.
first, let our understanding be correct. How to bake a cake, let that knowledge be correct. It's not important that every day you have to bake a cake. But whenever you bake a cake, you apply the methodology and bake the perfect cake. है ना? So a Samyak Drishti is one who knows the methodology correctly of moksha, of bondage, everything. And whenever he wants to apply it and go, he can go.
Yeah.
On the other hand, a Mithya Drishti does not apply his rationality and precision and his wisdom in knowing the path of moksha. And as a short-sightedness, he just takes to some practices or takes to some conclusions, which are again not properly wired with the spiritual connect. So he fumbles and falls. And where he falls, he goes back to the Nigodha level.
Right.
Goes back to the Nigodha level. Not
Right.
immediately, but eventually.
Yeah.
Not immediately, instant, because पुण्य है ना, so इतना स्वाध्याय है, ये है, तो पुण्य मिलेगा. So that punya will take him to Devlok.
Yeah.
Or maybe even to Mahavidek Kshetra, maybe even to next Bhav Manushya, depending on his punya, gati, agati and all that.
Yeah.
But eventually after that, where he will go? After all his punya is exhausted. How much jumping he was doing here, jumping jack jaise, all he'll get punya. He's doing charity, he's doing yatra, he's doing this, he's doing that, but he's not sitting like Bhagwan and not knowing the correct way of kayut sarga, physical, mental, spiritually detachment nahi ho raha hai. So punya hi milega na, punya only he will get. He's not murdering anybody, he's not committing any crime. He's doing good only, but that good is not good enough. It's good for a comfortable stay in the world. Agle janam mein he'll get a sata vedaniya karma, he'll get punya, he'll go there. He'll get all the material affluence. But not the spiritual. No guarantee.
Right.
Maybe there he can go and understand his mistake and there he can get Samyak Darshan. But he has to understand his mistake.
Yeah.
That is why they are in this chapter, they are telling us about all the mistakes.
Right.
So if you know the problem, you will know the solution.
Yeah.
If you don't know the problem, you will not know the solution.
Yeah. Got it, man.
Clear?
Clear, man.
Clear,
Thank you.
everybody. Am I there with everybody?
Ma'am, I have a question.
Bolo, pucho.
Yeah. Would the discharge of responsibility have rag in it?
See, again, the attitude is important. You discharge your responsibilities, but have you got the self-realization? See, discharge of responsibilities can happen for a person before Samyak Darshan, with Samyak Darshan, after Samyak Darshan. Which category you belong? So with Samyak Darshan, discharge of responsibilities is Bhogavali Karm ka Uday and Udasin Bhav, like Bharat Chakravarti. With Samyak Darshan, he is also discharging the responsibility of a Chakravarti. See, I'll tell you one thing. The more and more you become spiritual, the more and more punya you will get and the more and more responsibilities you will get.
Sure.
You understand?
Yeah.
And only a Samyak Drishti can bind the higher quality of punya and he gets to discharge the higher quality of responsibility. Because he knows the methodology. So nature gives him performance punishment in the form of punya and punyanubandhi punya and all that. मिथ्या दृष्टि क्या पुण्य बांधेगा? उसको मिथ्या दृष्टि वन पत्नी को नहीं संभाल सकता है, whereas a सम्यक दृष्टि gets how many 16,000 patnis and Chakravarti सम्यक दृष्टि gets how many patnis? Shantinath, Kuntunath, Arayanath. पूर्व जन्म में they are सम्यक दृष्टि and in this janam they became Chakravarti and then they became Tirthankar. So as a Chakravarti, how many queens they will have? तो उनकी कितनी responsibility? And he knows the methodology, so he gets more responsibility. Understood?
Sure.
So with Samyak Darshan, responsibility is a different thing. Without Samyak Darshan, responsibility is a different thing. Without matlab mithyatva avastha. And after Samyak Darshan, see, what we understand as responsibility is karma package. The real responsibility is towards the soul. Just give me 1 minute, dear. 1 minute. Your question ka answer is clear, Paras bhai.
Yes,
You
yes,
discuss
yes.
in a minute. You all can discuss. I'll just come.
Yeah, sure.
Saurabh ji, this evening I won't be able to come. We are going to have a Prakrit study class. So
Okay.
my exams are coming, so I need to focus.
No, that's fine. That's fine. We'll see how we go. Yeah.
I'm sorry, yeah.
No, that's okay. That's very well understood. Best wishes for your exams.
Thank you. Hardly any time, but chalega.
Mm.
So actually, this chapter is for a higher level Mithya Drishti. That means who has read about everything, but he is having a misunderstanding or a misconception of what he has read.
True. Not only just higher, but the one who has been guided in the right direction and has misguided himself. Like if we follow the principles of Jain philosophy under the guidance of a teacher, but we misinterpret it and take a wrong direction. So that's all applying to us.
Correct. So it's not that the zero level Mithya Drishti who doesn't
No,
know
no,
anything. This is
no.
about a knowing fellow.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is, he knows what it is, but he has understood it wrongly.
yeah, yeah. The one for the zero level was until chapter 6. That's how we came up to.
Yes.
And now we're going on to that next level.
Because
Yeah.
Todarmalji said, I'm saying this Mokshamarga for the total ignorant who is, he started his book like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
But,
you were talking about this Hemachandra Suri, na? He's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same guy same Acharya who converted Akbar to eating vegetarian food on 2 days and give up hunting.
No, no, no.
The
There was
Kumar Pala
another.
thing.
Yes, I think
He's a
one
guru
who
of Kumar
established
Pal.
Kumar Pala.
Yeah, yeah.
so. I
But
think
I
it is
think
same Acharya. I think Hemchandra only.
wasn't it Hir Suriji?
I'm
No,
not
no.
sure. I think it was Hemchandra, and that was a period when whole of Gujarat was Jainism and no
He was in the same time period as Akbar, but I think the viewpoint for Akbar was changed by one. As much as I remember, it said Hir Suriji Maharaj Sahab.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
So
will Google it, so we'll get it.
yeah, yeah. But Hemchandra Acharya was instrumental in promoting vegetarianism in Gujarat. So he had promoted it. He had convinced Kumar Pal to do that. And they say that even in the time of Chaturmas, the whole Gujarat, whatever was the kingdom of Kumar Pal, would follow that vegetarianism or non-violence to that extent, or Panchendriya Jeev.
I think in his period, the whole, his whole state or something was totally vegetarian, no?
Yeah, yeah.
So सौरभ जी, मैडम जब पूरा आपको आपका क्वेश्चन का जो आंसर दिया तो पूरा साइकिल बताया. Can you hear me? सौरभ जी?
Yeah, yeah.
तो वो साइकिल जो है, can you briefly restate that? How does it work?
What cycle was it?
Like, where, like from the state where you are not enlightened and then slowly develop more
So
information.
you mean going to Nigod, is it?
Just 1 second.
Yeah.
So you are right. The Jain Muni Hira
Hir
Vijay
Suriji. Yeah, Hir
yes,
Vijay
he
Suriji.
influenced Mughal Emperor Akbar and converted him to vegetarianism.
Yeah. That's what I read about in Life of Akbar.
क्या नाम है? Hir Vijay ji.
Hir Vijay Suriji.
Okay.
1526 to 1595. So Suriji Maharaj that came after that or before?
He was in the same era, but he was more popular in the western side of the country. Although he was very instrumental in creating the dictionary for Sanskrit, creating the dictionary for Prakrit, He was very instrumental in the development of Prakrit understanding in that time. So he was much more into the scriptural area.
Can we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So clear what I told till 200 page number. Now, today I'll do from page number 200 to around 206. Anybody who has done it and want to say something or discuss can quickly do it. I told you all to study and come. If anybody has studied, can you tell us what you have studied? I'll give you just 2 minutes. Anybody? Shobha madam? Nobody? Chalo, Priya ma'am ko hi moksha jana hai.
We'll hold your
Okay.
leg, madam. Then we'll come with you, no?
Agiyo, Ram sir.
Found a solution.
Okay, chalo. So, निश्चयाभासी की स्वच्छंदता और उसका निषेध. What is the heading? निश्चयाभासी swachhanda. Swachhanda means he acts according to his whims and fancies. And how it is dangerous, they are going to tell us in these pages. Clear? Again, I'll repeat. Swachhandi means acting or believing or behaving according to our whims and fancies. That is our tall ego, man kashai. That man kashai makes us to behave like this, think like this. Think like this is darshan mohaniya. And acting like that is man kashai. Okay, so we understand people outside as egoistic, but here on the path of moksha, how much we hold on to our false ego, that is the power of mithyatva. Okay, so very clearly he says in the first line that moksha marga happens when raga dvesha, what to say, ragadi mitane ka acharan only is moksha marga. The way by which our ragadi means rag, dvesh, moha, kashai, get reduced. First reduced. Mitana means erasing. Reducing is not moksha marga. Erasing them is moksha marga. That clarity should be there, first of all. Okay, and that he doesn't understand. And शुद्ध अनुभव में अपने को सम्यक दृष्टि मानकर अन्य सर्व साधनों का निषेध. So निश्चयाभासी means what? He considers himself to be Shuddha and he says all other vyavahar is totally not required. Understood? No vyavahar is required. Only that understanding that I am a pure soul is enough. So what all he rejects? First thing. Now he is going to tell us 6 things. Maybe 5 things. What are those 5 things? This one paragraph that comes next is going to be elaborated in the next 5 pages. The indicator is here. First, he thinks that Swadhyay, Shastra Abhyas, is a total waste of time. Hai na? Shastra, reading the Shastra scriptures is a total waste of time. No need to read, he says. Second thing he says, there is no need to know about Gunasthan, Marganasthan, Karma theory, hai na? Gati, Agati, all these calculations, Karnanuyog, mathematics, that is so much told in Jainism. No. Dravyadik, Tatha Gunasthan, Margana, Trilokadi, all these are my mental vikalp. Hai na? So no need. They're all vikalp, no need for them. Third, he says, tapascharan. Tapasya karna is total kai klesh, vratha klesh. No need to do any tap. Fourth, he says, vratadi palan karna. Vratadi means fourth only, no? Ki third. Now fourth. Yeah, correct. Fourth, he says that vratadi and all taking to vratas. Vratadi means vrat, niyam, pratyakhyan, adi. All these are bandhan. No need to take any vows. The understanding is enough. Next, he says that if you take to puja and other rituals, it is all shubhasrav and it is told heya in Jinmani. It is discardable and he discards it. He does not take to that. So ये सब सर्व साधनों को उठाकर he remains a pramadi. He's only talking about pure soul. He's only thinking that he's a pure soul, but he's not behaving, conducting himself accordingly. It is like a beggar says, I'm a king. If he's a king, then why he's going and begging? It is like that. That person is actually begging the happiness from the sense pleasures, but he thinks that he's a king. He's like Siddha Bhagwan. If he's Siddha Bhagwan, why he goes begging for pleasure from the sense pleasures? That means he's not knowing what he's telling. Clear? Okay. Now, one by one, he's going to give answers. So the first one, Shastra Abhyas, it will continue from 200 to, huh? कोई भी वहां से देखो, उधर वो बैग में है कपड़ा, वो ले लो, अपना लाल वाला ले लो. One second. All of you got the context? So, first Shastra Abhyas. He says, if Shastra Abhyas is total waste of time, then Munis are doing only two things, no? Swadhyaya and Dhyan only, no? So, you are a greater Jnani than them, telling that it is a waste of time. If a Muni is not able to meditate on the pure soul, what he will do? He'll do Swadhyaya only, no? So, Swadhyaya is very, very important. And nowhere else the upyog should go. His purpose is Mokshamarga, moksha. So on the marga, he has to be focused. But when he's not able to focus on the pure soul, see, focusing on the pure soul is the only marga. But that focus will not happen overnight. It is a slow and steady process, right? So the Muni also will go in dhyan, visit the pure soul. When he's not able to absorb in it, he'll come out. When he comes out, his upyog has to fix somewhere. Where he will fix? He doesn't want the material world, so he'll fix it in Swadhyay. So through Swadhyay, he'll again determine his pure nature and again visit his pure soul. So he may not necessarily have a book. So all this Dharma Dhyan, Vikalpatmak is Swadhyay, and going in the Nirvikalp state, Shukla Dhyan is Dhyan. So this is, when he comes in Dharma Dhyan, Vikalpatmak, it is 6th Gunasthan. When he goes in the Nirvikalp, it is 7th Gunasthan. Nirvikalp means beyond the transcendental state. But how long he'll remain in the transcendental? If he remains in the transcendental state for Antarmohra time, he can take the Shreni and he can get Keval Gyan. And today in Panchamara, this is not possible. 6th, 7th Gunasthan mein jhulne wale Muni you will get. But becoming steady on that path and Shreni Mandana is not possible. So Keval Gyan and Aryan Dasha is not possible today. And that much of clarity about Mokshamarga we don't have. Even if we have, we are not taking to the practice. If we are taking to the practice, we are not giving our 100% to it. So these are all the problems are there. But look at the mistakes he's making. So Shastra Abhyas ke dwara, you will know the tattvas. Tattva means the reality of the pure soul, the nature of the pure soul, Vishesh Rup se. For example, supposing I gave this example in my Friday class also. Supposing you have to go for a far off land trip. You have to go on a trip to a far off land. And somebody just gives you some general knowledge about that place. Okay. And he doesn't give you much details. Huh? So one thing. Second thing is there is another person who gives you the minutest details. This is how you should go. This is where all you should go. This is what all you'll need. This is all you need to pack. This is the shop you'll get. You can get your things. This is the thing that you should get. Every detail he gives you. So now, in which case your travel becomes easier? In the first case, where you've got just some faint idea of things, or where you've got the in-depth knowledge about the trip and plan and everything. Which
Second
one
case,
you will
ma'am.
take? Second case, no. Same way, when you read the scriptures, upar say, it is very superficial. But when you go deep down, you understand the research design, you understand the reality ka jo design in a very concise way, in a very proper way, in a very, that will give you the shraddha, that will give you the confidence, that will help you to take the flight to moksha. That shraddha, that shraddha. And that shraddha comes based on the gnan. And the gnan will come based on the swadhyay. Systematic swadhyay. So Swadhyay is very important. That is why Bhagwan has told. That is why so many scriptures are there, so many texts are there. You all know. Ek Tatvar Sutra ke Mangala Charan ke upar you have Apta Mimamsa, then you have Ashtashati, then you have Ashtasahasri. Why? Why they have done? So that they give us the in-depth analysis of the seven tattvas. In all the scriptures, only seven tattvas are there. Right? The whole universe comes under seven tattvas. 7 or 2 tattvas, whatever. Okay. So Shastra Abhyas se, so come to page number 202, last line. Last line, page number 202. What he is telling, last line. Samanya Shastrato Nunam Vishesho Balavan Bhavet. That means Samanya Shastra se Vishesh is Balvan. The person who just gave you a faint idea of your trip is Samanya Jankari. Samanya means general information. But the one who gave you the specifics and the details strengthened your faith and your surety and your this thing to embark on that journey. Right? So in the same way, Samanya Shastra se Vishesh, when you do the Swadhyay, your Samyak Darshan Gyan will become Nirmal and your Upyog will become more and more Mand Kashai Wala. And then that Mand Kashai in future will beget the Vitragata ki Vriddhi. You understand? How I can't skip even one line of Mokshamarga Prakashan. But unfortunately, I cannot do all the lines for you. You have to do it. I'm just trying to show you how to do it. I'm just trying to show you how to read this book and enjoy the book and correct your mithyatva. Correct your mithyatva means get samyak. Okay. Okay, then he is telling that in the Shastra, for Moksha Marga only Adhyatma is important, no? Okay, then why are you telling me to read other Shastra? I will read only Dravyanu I don't want to read Karnanu I don't want to read Charnanu I don't want to read Prathamanu Why you are making me read the stories? Why are you making me learn the karma theory? I don't want to learn. For me, this understanding is enough. I'm Atma, I'm Atma, I'm Atma. That's enough for me. Now listen, he says, if your Shraddha is right, you will not talk like this. Primary importance is the spiritual, the text that talk about the deep spiritual connect. So, if you have got Samyak Darshan, if you have got the Atma Nirnay, then you will know that to be in the Atma, ज्ञान की निर्मलता उपयोग को रखने के लिए, we need the other Shastra. The other Shastras only help you to be spiritual in the right sense and deeply connected in the right sense. Without that, it won't happen. So there are many people who don't want to learn the karma theory. That is their ego. It's okay if I don't learn. It's okay if I don't do. It's okay if I don't take the vratas. Clear? It's okay. So that is their ego. It's not okay. It's not okay not to do. If you're not doing this, you're doing sansar ka kaam. So you're in the lap of papa. And you're justifying your being in the lap of papa. So that is your mithyatva. Then don't talk about liberation. Forget it. Let the ego rule over you. You remain in sansar. Are you all understanding? Can you all just talk to me for a minute? What they're trying to say? All of you, please show your videos. Keep your videos switched on, all of you. Can you tell me what Panditji is telling? பரத் பாய், பாரஸ், மலர்விழி என்ன சொல்றாங்க இங்க? கொஞ்சம் உங்க தமிழ்லயே சொல்லுங்க, பரவாயில்ல.
No, madam, Shastra is important to read. Because of Shastra only, you can avoid the Mithyatva and get path of the liberation.
Okay, which Shastra I should read? Only spiritual Atma Shastra or all the Shastra?
Only spiritual Atma Shastra.
No need to read Karma theory? No need to read about Gunastan?
Karma theory, including Karma theory.
Okay.
Including Karma theory, we will read.
What will happen if I learn about Karma theory?
You know the fast karma, how we are coming out of this karma.
Okay, chalo. Okay, you can switch off your video. You can switch off your video.
Okay,
Yes,
ma'am.
next.
Okay.
Next. Quickly, I don't have time. Otherwise, it will be a big loss for you.
Yeah, I think Shastra Abhyas is very, very important, especially for people like us who are just getting onto the lines of Dharma. They ensure that we stay on track, rather than just getting misled.
Very good. And you read Shastra. Now there's a method to read Shastra. Read, reflect, read, reflect, read, reflect. Discuss.
Yes.
ये स्वाध्याय के 5 भेद है ना?
जी.
What I'm teaching here is Vachna. What you're listening on the YouTube or some lectures is Vachna.
Right.
Then you have questions that you get cleared, Prachna. After that, what you have to do? You have to revise them again and again and revisit.
Sure. Absolutely.
That Amnai. And then contemplation, Anupreksha.
Yeah.
And then Dharma Katha.
Yes.
All 5 are there, means it is Swadhyay. This Swadhyay will lead to Dhyan.
Yeah. That's right.
This Swadhyay should lead, listen, there is one difference. Swadhyay should lead to Dhyan and then to Kayotsarg, or Swadhyay should lead to Kayotsarg and then Dhyan. Both ways are correct.
Yeah.
There are some people who do only chanting. There are some people who do only meditation. There are some people who do only yoga. है ना, आसन लगा लिया, प्राणायाम कर लिया, हो गया. No. In Jainism, all 3 should become one. You have 3 traits in your, क्या बोले, चोटी. 3 क्या बोलते हैं, ब्रेड्स होते हैं. 3 होते हैं. घर में भी 3 लोग होते हैं, मम्मी, डैडी, बच्चा. ऐसे ही यहाँ पर 3 चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट. Swadhyay, Dhyan, Kayotsarg. If all the 3 are not happening, that means our Swadhyay is incomplete. And if with one Swadhyay, you go to Dhyan and Kayotsarg, enough. No need of 100 years of Swadhyay, 10 years of Swadhyay. Quantity is never important in Jainism. One Swadhyay, one line, one mantra can lead to Kayotsarg and Dhyan. Clear? So until that comes, keep doing Swadhyay. But don't remain in Swadhyay. Swadhyay means the first 2 levels. Go to the 3rd, 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will lead to Kayotsarg and Dhyan. Sure. If it doesn't lead, then your Swadhyay is not up to the mark. You have to again sit in the same class of Swadhyay in the next birth. If you have continued to do Swadhyay and not determined the nature of reality and not perfected it, then next Janma again Swadhyay ki class mein do. But listen to me. Until and unless you apply that Swadhyay and go to Dhyan and Kayotsarg, you won't get this Swadhyay opportunity for endless time. Limited time only you will get. You have not encashed it. Matlab you have not put it to use. That's all. Go back to Nigod. I'm not telling this. Jinwani is telling this.
Sure.
No word is mine. No word is mine. No, all the concepts are from here. The words may be mine. The way I'm talking may be mine, but otherwise it's all there in Jinwani. Sure. Again and again, why we are telling Nigod? Not to make you fearful of Nigod, but to make you cautious about the task ahead.
Yeah. Sure. Thanks. Yeah, thank you.
Chalo, next कौन बोलना चाहिए? You can switch off your video. Yes, thank you.
Ma'am, Janendra. Ma'am, this sansar is like so slippery, muddy jaisa hai. If we don't do swadhyay again and again, if we don't reflect, if we don't imply, we will go into it. We will never be able to come out. So I think personally, swadhyay ke continuous process hona hi chahiye. until we get the
But
final.
Swadhyay ka next step kya hai?
Swadhyay
Kayat, Dhyan, Kayat, sir.
हाँ.
will correct itself and then you are aware. So you will move forward.
Okay.
तुमको लगेगा
The consciousness, स्वाध्याय से consciousness आएगा मैम, तो definitely आके it will be reflected in our day-to-day activities.
Life. Okay. Now,
Yes.
now I'm going to tell a very big thing, big bomb I'm going to put now. Oh, I don't know how many of you are going to take it or are ready for it, but it's a bomb. We all have visited Mandir and Pratima ji, no? 100,000 times. भगवान की दृष्टि कैसी है? भगवान की
See,
दृष्टि कैसी है?
कुछ
पहले तो
देखना
सीधा
नहीं है.
बैठना, पद्मासन,
अपने आप
है ना,
में देख
everything.
रहे हैं. Seeing themselves going inwards.
Nothing to see
Nasagra,
outside.
ma'am.
नासाग्र दृष्टि, नासाग्र दृष्टि. कभी लगाया नासाग्र दृष्टि? कभी लगाया नासाग्र दृष्टि? कभी उसमें विश्वास आया? कभी अटेम्प्ट किया? उमेशिनी पुरीदा हिंदी.
Yes, ma'am.
पुरीदा.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, कभी किया? कभी सोचा? थोड़ा सा प्रैक्टिस किया, चालू किया, सोचा भी कि दिस आई हैव टू डू, हाउ इट इज पॉसिबल. फ्रॉम नाउ ऑनवर्ड्स एवरी डे you have to do 5 minutes ka, at least 5-10 times nasagra drishti practice in a day to see how much of mithyatva is there, how much of kasha is there, how much of karma is there, how much of spiritual connect is there, or why it is not there, what all is happening.
What is Nasagra, ma'am?
Nasa means nose.
Yes.
Agra means tip of the nose.
Okay.
So Bhagwan ki drishti आधी खुली आधी बंद, half open half closed, and the focus is on the nose tip of the nose, and he's actually not meditating on the nose tip. He's actually meditating on his Gyayik Bhav, but his concentration is fixed on the nose tip.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, that's right.
Madam, I tried it couple of times. I start getting headaches in a minute though. What could be the case?
So first detox your body.
Okay. Okay.
The tip is, I mean, what we all do is we look at the nose, the thing, so our eyes go squinting and the muscles get weak in the thing. What you have to do is look down, and the tip of the nose is in that field. So you are actually looking down, not looking into the squinting to your nose, but you look down and you only focus on your nose tip. You have everything else also in your field of vision, but you focus only on your nose tip. So everything
The nose tip is not visible.
Correct. That is what will happen eventually. But what we do normally is when you say nosagra, you squint and look at the nose tip. So that's when the headache comes.
Yeah. Thanks for the
Talk
tip,
more
Shobha.
about it. Shobha madam, talk more about it.
As
As a doctor, you can talk more about it. What are all the things happening? What method, technique, and everything? Everybody should do research on this.
No, ma'am, this is what I found out myself personally, because I also used to do this Nasagra thing. You know, sometimes when they say that you focus on your this thing, we all think even with our eyes closed, we look into it. We should not look there. If you look, your head will ache because you're doing a active movement. But what it is you have to take that entire picture, the entire field, and focus in that entire field on that. Your mind is doing it, not your eyes. That is where the difference comes.
Got
I
it?
learned it,
Got
so
it,
I
ma'am.
thought
Thank you,
I'll
ma'am.
give you the tip.
Second thing is, if you have a very bad gut, you cannot concentrate. So there is a complete connect between your body, mind, and soul, which you have to understand and then disconnect all the three. Without the proper connect, the disconnectivity cannot happen. Again, I'm telling, without the proper alignment of the body, mind, and soul, the disconnectivity between all the three cannot happen.
But ma'am, in Vipassana, they say if you have in Vipassana, they say if you have a pain somewhere, focus on it, focus on that part of it till it gets, it's, and it is true. Like if you keep on focusing with not by appreciating the pain, but saying that this will go, it's a passing thing, and you focus on that part of it, the pain goes anyway.
Yes, it goes. You have to take your deep focus on the pain, and the pain will dilute. I have experienced. Right? And you have to do it with the Gyata Drashta Bhav. It goes away, it melts. Then it melts. That is the power of magic and detachment. So now, here, Swadhyay should lead to detachment. Kayotsarg is nothing but bodily detachment. And the Gyata Drashta Bhav ka abhyas. So that comes through. So you have done Swadhyay. But have you attempted this practice? No. Then your practice, your Swadhyay is not leading to sadhana. It is not leading to all the Atma Pradeshon ka uday, sarvodaya nahi ho raha hai. So Jainism is only and only to work on my Atma ka field through the understanding of the karmic field, the Kashai field, and the body field, and all these kind of things. Right? So Swadhyay is very, 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 very important. But application of Swadhyay is more important than Swadhyay. And application of Swadhyay is Dhyan and Kayotsarg. And as a preparation, they give us Anshan, Unodri, how to prepare ourselves for that Swadhyay, Dhyan, Kayotsarg. Through Anshan, through periodical intermittent fasting, then your gut will be clean. Ras Parityag, Kai Klesh, now do Kai Klesh. Right? Kai Klesh is what? Sthiram Sukham Asanam. In one asan, be sthir for long hours. Kai Klesh. Without all these preparatory things, the Swadhyay will not result in Dhyan and Kai. Very, very, very big things I've told. I don't know how many of you will take it forward. Those who will take it forward are real, what? Bhagwan ke followers? No. Bhagwan Atma ke followers. Okay? Chal, come. So, Gyan ki nirmalta will happen. So, what all will happen through Swadhyay? है ना, आत्म स्वरूप का निर्णय will happen. स्पष्ट रखने के अर्थ आध्यात्म है ना. So you have to focus on all the other shastras also, because other shastra means karnanuyog, charnanuyog, prathamanuyog. They will help you to perfect your dravyanuyog. Clear? Through dravyanuyog, charnanuyog will be perfected. Through charnanuyog, dravyanuyog. Again, through karnanuyog, your dravyanuyog will be strengthened. And through all the four anuyog, the understanding of the pure soul, the practice of Charnanuyog will lead to deeper understanding of the pure soul only. And then what remains is the pure soul, and everything else, Nirjara. So Swadhyay Param Tappe. So Swadhyay has two meanings. One is scriptural study, and one is the study of the self. Swa Adhyay. Swa Adhyay is Swadhyay. Chal. So now they are giving us an example. Just as a person.
Ma'am, I have a question. See, according to you're telling, sometimes it is with bondage, sometimes it is without bondage. See,
who is with bondage, without bondage?
Nishtaya Abbas. We are telling, no, ma'am. See, whatever thought we are bringing, no, that change will happen in our body everywhere, no, ma'am. So where, in what state we will be if we are in bondage, and if we are in out of bondage, and where we will go if we are like this?
I don't get your question at all. If somebody got her question, if they can explain to me what she's trying to say, please, somebody. Can you rephrase your question?
If she says it in Tamil, then we can.
சொல்லுங்கம்மா தமிழ்ல சொல்லுங்க. இந்த கான்செப்ட் படிக்கும்போது நம்ம சொல்றோம் ரிலேட்டிவ்லி we are in, it is in bondage, and relatively it is not in bondage. See, whatever நம்மளுடைய thought தான் நம்மளுடைய எனர்ஜியா மாறுது. whether positive or negative or no. So in the bondage, not bondage, when the என்ன state, is it a neutral state or என்ன state அது?
Shobha madam, can you explain her question to me, madam? எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் புரியல. Shobha madam.
Ma'am,
what she's trying to ask.
I think what she is saying is there is a third level between bondage and no bondage. There is a neutral state where there is zero bondage. Is that what you are saying, Umeshni?
Yes.
No,
yes.
no, no.
What is, see, sometimes relatively bondage and relatively no bondage means if there is any neutral state in that.
I don't understand your question, dear. Maybe I understand. I can understand your. I have the answer to your question, but I don't know if that is actually your question. See, Samay Sir says that Atma is neither Pramat. Pramat is bondage. Pramat no bondage. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. So Atma is whether you know the Atma or not, whether you realize it or not, whether you absorb, it is always like that only. The pure soul. Like gold, no, it is always gold only. Either it is with the alloy or without the alloy. It is with its qualities only. All the qualities of gold are intact in the gold, in the pure state or impure state. So you are that pure gold. The purities, impurities. So Atma is, see, I'll tell you the 9 tattvas, no? Atma is not 9 tattvas. Atma is that the hidden jyoti behind the 9 tattvas. So if you say Asrav Bandh is that bondage state, if you say Samvar Nirjara Moksha is the moksha state, but these are not the states of the pure soul. The pure soul is what it is. When you attempt to realize the pure soul, then this Samvar Nirjara Moksha will come. But Atma is not equal to Samvar Nirjara Moksha or Asrav Bandh. It is beyond all this, yet it is in all this. Right? The gold is beyond all the purities and impurities. It is what it is. You understand?
Yes, yes.
I think that is the answer to your question. But
Yes,
if you
yes.
have more insight, you please ask. More any doubts, please ask. Okay. So now there is one person who is very much deeply involved in the sense pleasures. Vishaya asakta. The word they have used is Vishay mein asakta. Asakta means what? Vishaya asakta means what?
Attraction.
Addicted.
He cannot think of anything other than the sensual and sexual pleasure, sexual and sensual gratification. That is only his life. Okay. So, so what they are trying to say is, how, so such a person, he will always be interested in what? Where the new movie is released, where he'll get the first day, first show ticket, where the club is there, which club will give me some best things, etc., etc. He'll keep researching on that and he'll keep taking interest in that. No. So how a person who is deeply into sense pleasures is doing the activities of the mundane things, activities, who is taking to the mundane earthly things. He says, if you have got the interest in your spiritual connect, you will also be in that way addictive to have the ruchi and research about the pure soul. You understood? You in Samyak Darshan ke 67 points, they say, no, just as a person who is very much interested in sense play, काम भोग को है ना रुचि पूर्वक करता है, in the same way a Samyak Drishti ruchi purvak he should listen to the talk on the pure soul. Understood? I rephrased what I told the previous. है ना रुचि पूर्वक. Just as a person who is hungry for 3 days, you give him food. How much of, with so much of passion he'll consume that food. With that much passion, you should listen to the talk on the pure soul. And just as an illiterate person who is very fond of learning, but he has never got an opportunity to learn. And when he gets an opportunity to learn, how passionate he will be. Like that, you have to be passionate about reading the scriptures and learning about the pure soul. And then only you will come to the determination of the nature of the pure soul. Clear? Clear? Huh? So same way, a person who has got Atma Ruchi, he will definitely take Ruchi in the people who have perfected the Atma thing, Tirthankaron ka Jivan Charitra, and all those things. No? So by reading those things, his faith in his pure soul only will be enhanced. See, so far I've done only one page. So Shabda, Nyaya, Shastra, and we learned in Bhakta Shrota ke gun, no? A Shrota who knows Nyaya, Vyakaran, he's an ideal Shrota to progress on this. So that kind of Shrota we have to become. So be a good listener. Be a good listener. Now I'll tell you one thing. I can help you by telling you that sit in stillness, do nothing, and just listen to the sounds around you. And then listen to the listener. You know, just watch, just the deep Shrotendriya connect. Just listen to the different kinds of sounds that come and go, all anitya, anitya. And the one who is watching all of them is Nitya, and that is me. That is I. Understood what I tried to say? So, sharpen your five indriyas. Sharpen your five indriya is not the objective, but sharpen your concentration power on the soul by using the five indriya in a very acute way. That is what I wanted to drive home. Is it clear? Just listen. Just listen. When the indriya are listening, you also just listen. Don't apply your mind. Don't stop the application of the mind. Stop the application of processing. This is good. This is nice. This is this sound. This is the enough of your mind application. Now let your mati gnan close. And then your shruta gnan, your decision that this is sound, this is the sahaj mein it will flow. Sahaj mein it will flow. You all got it? What I just tried. The one thing I told was the nasagra drishti. Second I told was the contemplation on the sound. And through the sound, you go to a transcendental state. And usko sthirta se karo. Sthirta. Sthirta means what you all understand sthirta? Steadiness. Steady. We do it just sometime here and there, but it should be steady. Do it for 1 week. Do it every day. In a day, maybe 5 minutes you do, but let it be more deeper and deeper and deeper. Sometimes small breaks ke saath you do. Sometimes with a long process you do it. However you want, do, but do it and see the magic. Okay, so now now he says that in Padmanandi Pachisi, which is a very beautiful stotra, you can all read it. Padmanandi Pachisi, Atma Swarup se nikal kar bahya shastron mein buddhi jati hai. This buddhi is called Vyabhicharini. See, first he told you have to do Swadhyay. Now this is the questioner questioning, why are you telling me to do Swadhyay? I read in Padmanandi Pachisi that if you do Swadhyay, your buddhi is a Vyabhicharini. Vyabhicharini means what? You know Vyabhicharini?
Prostitute.
A prostitute is a Vyabhicharini. Even a lady or a person can be Vyabhichar. Extramarital affairs, no? All these kind of Vyabhichar. Hai na? So, there they visit the other male and female. But here, our buddhi is visiting different shastra. Our buddhi is visiting, so it is not focusing. Why are you telling me to visit? Why are you telling my buddhi to become Vyabhicharini? I don't want to do. That is his question. Now the answer. Yes, satya hai. It is true that buddhi to atma ki hai. हमें बुद्धि तो आत्मा की ही लगानी है. And that पर शास्त्र पर द्रव्य को छोड़ करके है ना, it is going behind par shastra, par dravya, so it is vyabhicharini. But now they are giving one example over there. Just as a lady is there, she should be Sheelavati. Sheelavati means what? Chaste. She should be chaste. Okay. And if she cannot or na raha jai, If she cannot be chaste, if she wants to go somewhere, then she should go to the best people, no? And not go to Chandal and all, no? Now listen, what is the example? So being with the soul is chastity. Visiting the scriptures is visiting the Uttam Purush. And you are not being with the pure soul. You are not reading the Shastra. And you are going to the 5 Indriya Vishay. That is Chandal ke paas ja rahe ho. Understood the analogy?
Yes.
Understood the analogy, all of you?
Please repeat, ma'am.
Clear? Huh? Huh?
Repeat, ma'am.
See, a lady should be chaste. She should not go to other men and women.
Okay.
Right? But if she has to go, then she should go in the company of gurus where she can do good satsang. But Ada Uttittu, she is not going to the pure soul. She is not going for satsang. She is sitting and watching TV. She or he is watching TV and telling that I am a pure soul, I am a pure soul. Either this is right or wrong.
Wrong, ma'am.
So what you should do, first thing you should do is be in the pure soul. Because that is what you are. But you can't be in the pure soul. It took Adinath 1000 years. It took Mahavir Swami 12.5 years. It took Bahubali in deep meditation 1 year. Sapdi Atma you will go off. Huh? So this person, he feels he's gone in the Atma, he's got the Atma, but he's got nothing. If he's got it, then why he is going and into the indulging in the 5 sense pleasures? Understood? So in that context, they have told that the context is to help you to evolve on the spiritual quotient. And there they have told you no need to read the scriptures. But you're not doing that and you're not reading the scriptures. So you go there. So they tell you, no, you read the scriptures. Konja complex irukku, but you have understood?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Because he is doing like this, he is being told like this. And because he is not doing like this, he is being told like this.
Correct.
So I'll ask you one thing. Going to school is a good thing or wrong thing?
Good thing, ma'am.
Good thing, no? So then don't come out of school. Be in school only. Be in school. Going to school is a good thing, no? So be in school only. In one class, be for 5 years. All your life, be in school only. Understood? So being in school is like doing Swadhyay. Are you're doing Swadhyay now? Go in the Atmaka college.
Yes, ma'am.
But he is not going in the Atmaka status. He's not going to school. Then where he is going? He is loitering around. And he's doing all antisocial things. This is the whole context. Clear of Shastra Abhyas? So Shastra Abhyas is उपयोगी. मुनियों को भी स्वरूप में बहुत काल बुद्धि नहीं रहती. तेरी कैसे रहेगी? है ना? Even a muni cannot absorb in the pure soul. How you will absorb without doing proper swadhyay? Okay, now Shastra Abhyas is very important. Now the second point. Understood? There are 6 points, 6 points. Here 6 points they are going to do. So no subheadings are given, but there should have been subheadings. You put the subheadings. Next is Dravyadik. Dravyadi means 6 dravya. Why are you telling me to know about the 6 dravya? Dharmastikaya, Akash, Kal, Pudgal. Why I should know about them? I only want to know Atma Dravya. Second, Gunasthan. Oh my God, 14 Gunasthan. The name is itself are so tongue twisting. In which Gunasthan, who goes, who comes, etc., etc. I don't want to study. Vikalp ठहराता है. So Vikalp तो all these Gunasthan mind में बहुत सारा stuffing I don't want to do. I'll tell you one example. In my Friday's class, one of the students, she said, even I used to think like this. I have got Atma ka Gnan. There's no need for me to read all the scriptures. But now, after listening to this class, I'm going to correct my understanding. Very modestly, she said. Chal. So, that's why, in Patshala and all, we should teach all the 4 Anuyogas. We have to tell them about Nit Niyam also. We have to tell them about karma theory also. We have to tell them stories also. We have to tell them about the deep spiritual connect. But what is happening in Patshalas in the Shvetamba tradition, they give them the Tattva Gnan and they give them the Charnanuyog. But the deep spiritual Dravyanuyog, they don't give over there. I'm a product of that. I'm so happy that my Patshala Benji, before teaching us the Karnanuyog and Prathamanuyog, she will make us do Vipassana and she'll make us do that Atma Siddhi ki 2 lines. Jay Swarup Samjya Bina. Had those 2 things not been in my life, I would have also been a typical Shwetambar doing all this Thokda and Agam and I've learned so much, I'm doing so much. I would not have evolved. So every day I thank my Patshala teacher, like my parents. She has given me birth in this Agamic tradition, and then this Parmagam who has given us so much.
And ma'am, we are thanking you.
Thank you, Rajal. Your thanks I put it before Jinwani. That's all. Okay, chalo, come. We don't have time. So, nirvikalp upyog na rahe, hai na? So, so much of vikalp will come, hai na? And all these vikalp are again my rag only, my ego only. So, I don't want to do all this. So, what they're telling, now what these are all vikalp, but your upyog is not going in the nirvikalp. So, other vikalp will come. So at that time, you understand, nirvikalp means transcendental state. Going beyond mind, body, speech is the path of spirituality. But you're not able to go there. First, you have to determine that what you have to do, what is needed for Mokshamarga. It's a transcendental state and it happens through transcendental practice only. Moksha is a transcendental state and it happens through the practice of transcending the body, mind, and speech. That should be clear. If that clarity is there, so but you're not able to embark on it. You know the way to Kashmir, so you will not take the way to Kanyakumari. You will not take the way to Sri Lanka and tell that this is the way to Kashmir. Right? So you know the path of moksha, but you will not go on the wrong path. You cannot be steady on the right path, but you won't go on the wrong path. So you in between is the Shubha Marga. Shubha Marga means Swadhyay, Chintan, Manan, Dharma Dhyan, all is a middle path. But being in the middle path is not Moksha Marga. It happens on the way. The more and more we want to be spiritual, the more and more the Shubha Bhav and Shubha practices will increase. And through these Shubha practices, your Punya will increase. And one day the Punya will drop. So when your Punya increases, your quotient of Pap decreases. And then the quotient of Pap decreases, Pap will drop. The quotient of Punya increases, and that Punya you have applied on the pure soul. So that Punya also is now not required. So only a Samyak Drishti will bind the higher quality of Punya and all this Tirthankar Nama Karma, etc., etc., etc. You understand the connect now? Why a Samyak Drishti only gets Indra Padvi? Did he want Indra Padvi? No, he only wanted his pure soul. So nature gifts him because now he knows how to handle that responsibility of Indra. So one who knows to manage his inside will get the opportunity to manage outside also. But managing outside is not the purpose of a true seeker. Managing his own knowledge, his self, his kashai, his karma is his prime priority. I don't know. All these sentences for the first time I'm telling. The more and more you read, the more and more clarity you will get. Connect will come. Chal. So Nirvikalp Dasha is not there forever. To come to that Nirvikalp Dasha, you have to take to these Vikalp and then break these Vikalp, go to Nirvikalp. You cannot remain in Nirvikalp, again come do Swadhyay. Through that Vikalp, again go to Nirvikalp. This is called Swadhyay Dhyan Kayot, sir. Okay. So now he says, you are telling I have to concentrate on the pure soul only, no? So, listen. Simply by saying I'm a pure soul, I'm a pure soul, I'm a pure soul, without the understanding of Dravya Gun Paryay, Utpad Vyay Dravya, Gunasthan Marganasthan, Shuddha Ashuddha Avastha, that real Atma ka Gyan will not happen. Now he says, if you think that just I'm a pure soul, if you keep thinking, Mokshamarga to hota nahi hai. And so you have to understand that Atma through the 7 tattvas. So Gyan of 7 tattva, Shraddha of 7 tattva, and then practice of Samvar Nirjara Moksha. And I am beyond all these 7 tattvas. I am a pure, intrinsically pure soul. Then the rag and all will go, and all the asrav bandh will stop. So Samanya Gyan of Atma is different, and specific Gyan with reference to 7 tattvas, with reference to Lakshan, Lakshana Bhas, with reference to Nimit Upadan, with reference to 4 Abhav, with reference to 4 Anuyog is very, very, very important. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
But a person reads all this, but he does not apply them. Then he also then so first Atmagnan Samanya way mein, then Vishesh Roop mein through Tattvagnan, and then Ragadi will go. Otherwise, this Tattvagnan will become the cause of your ego, the cause of your Mankashai, the cause of your Mithyatva. ठीक है? So Ragadi ko ghatana, वहां उपयोग लगाना. So reading a newspaper for 3 hours and reading the scriptures for 3 hours. What will happen? When you read the newspaper, these days, so much of anxiety and stress happens when people read the newspaper. And they take joy in it. Oh my God. So many murders have happened. So many rapes have happened. So many people have done so many scams. This has happened. That. So all bahar ka information you're stuffing over it. And whereas what is Mokshamarga? Emptying everything. Empty everything. What remains is the pure soul. So emptying everything only is Nivritti Marga. But we are doing pravrti, and we think we have got Atma, we are on the path of moksha, etc., etc. ठीक है, तो उपयोग लगाना. हाँ. So now he's telling, okay, you're telling me to understand about pure soul and how to remove rag, I understand. But why are you telling me to read about karma, about gati, about bandha, udaya, satta of so many jeeves, so much of mathematics, so much of calculation? I don't want. He's crying, literally lamenting. Then he says, है ना, if I read about all this, rag will happen. So I don't want to read all this. So what he's telling, I'll tell you one example I gave in the Friday class. Supposing I give you the details of 1 hour, I give you a lecture on, say, Switzerland or Disneyland or some land, I give you 1 hour, solid 1 hour. I'm giving you a lovely presentation and lovely motivation to visit that place, this place, etc., etc., etc. So you will have at least one thought, I should go there. And I should see all that madam is telling through this presentation, how lovely it will be. Understood? But at the same time, if I give you a lovely presentation about Devlok and Narak, so will you get the bhav of going to Devlok? You got the idea? So will the rag come? No. You understood? But ulta, the wisdom will come that going there also is a limited purpose. Everything is anitya, everything is asharan, everything is a sansar asar. So then you read all these and then you come to ekatva of Atma. That is the role of the Bara Bhavna, Loka Swarup ka Chintan, and you come to Atma Chintan. So Lok Swarup ka Chintan karne se rag hota hai kya? राग घटता है, राग मिटता है, uproot होता है. Understood the question? And I give you one lecture about imli. Imli, you all know tamarind. So immediately your mouth will start watering. After 10 minutes, if I give you a lecture on all the items that you can make of tamarind, how tasty it is, how this thing it is, how that thing it is, how meeta from the trees if you get and you have. Oh my God, the first thing I should do is go to a departmental store and get one imli ka dabba and have that imli. So rag will come. But that same thing, I should go to Devlok and see, what the Muslims tell? If you're a true Muslim over here, true matlab, so-called true Muslim, you will get to enjoy with 72 damsels. They are called as hoor. in Swarga. 72 hoors you will get to enjoy. Look at the rag. Here 4 wives are not enough and you want 72 damsels over there? That too in the name of Allah, the pure one, the pure, the formless, the merciful one, and so much of mercilessness you're doing on your own soul. You understand? Thank God we are not there doing all these wrong calculations. But here, how much wrong calculation we are doing. Okay, chalo. So don't tell me to read all this, huh?
This you saying Panditji is saying that when you talk about Devlok, you don't develop rag for it. But the way sometimes we see even in discourses by certain munis and all, when they are talking about Devlok, people are still prompted to do things to go to Devlok.
I'll tell you one thing. Panch Kalyanak hote hai na. We become Indra, Indrani and all, no?
Yeah.
We dress up like Indra, Indrani, we wear the mukut and we do the Panch Kalyanak of Bhagwan. No, why?
Yeah.
Why? It is for us to understand that the highest person on the material ladder, Indra or Chakravarti, whoever it is, he is also bowing down to a Tyagi Tirthankar to be.
Yeah.
So celebration of Tyag, celebration of renunciation, celebration of detachment is shown through these characters. But we are not able to see it. And we end up doing Rag, Vesh. That is why, in the Shwetambar Stanakwasi tradition, no Mandir Puja, no Div Yatra, nothing to do, only do Samaik. Because if you do Yatra, if you do drama, if you do all this, violence is involved, Asrav is involved, Ragvesh is involved, so don't do anything. Only Stanakwasi tradition means Samaik hi karna. Straight away go to the 9th Vrata. Bypassing all these activities because they promote Ragvesh. So yes, Ragvesh happens if your Jinwani ki study is not thorough.
Okay.
You are so very particular about your puja dress, about the way you do puja, and all Ragvesh only we are doing in the name. You understand ki material world mein tali bajana, to be happy watching a movie or a dance is wrong. And you're the same things you're trying to do in the temple only, no? Listening to the music of the bhajans and tali bajana, na ye karna, na dance karna is again a rag activity only, no?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing. When the deep spiritual connect happens, no, every cell in your body, roam harshit hota hai. Roam dances with that liberation. Your body is pure body, your mind is detached. Now you're into the soul, no? So externally, all that music and dance happens. It's a celebration. Music and dance is a celebration that you are alive. But here in today's times, music and dance is more a celebration of the body. But for Meera and all these people, it was a celebration of the soul that made them sing and dance and go mad.
Right. Yeah. Got it, man. Yeah.
So of course, Rag is there. So it all again depends on your structure of your Swadhyay and your attitude and everything.
So isn't that important? I mean, isn't the Stanakwasi methodology much better than? But then Todarmalji is not saying that, na? Like he says you should know everything, kind of thing.
See, in one of the chapters, he's spoken about the Sthanakvasis also. And if you want, how he's told about the Sthanakvasis.
Fifth edition.
But I'll tell you one thing. How the Sthanakvasi Samaj emerged is around the 15th century. Loka Shaki time mein. When so much of Shithilachar was there. So much of Yati Parampara was there, and so much of the Yatis were wearing silk and going in palanquins and all these kind of things, not taking to proper Jainism, and all that Shithilachar was there. And there was, at the same time, there was this Bhakti movement. 12th to 15th, 16th century is a time of Bhakti movement. 17th to 19th century is Riti Kal. Riti Kal is all Shringar Kal. Bhog Vilas ka Kal. Mughals and not Christians, the Britishers at that time. So it was Riti Kal. So Bhakti Kal was slowly taking a backseat. So that was the time period of the Stanakwasi sect emerging. So that time there was so much of attack on our Jain traditions, on our heritage, on our culture, on our deep things. That time the acharyas decided that we will silently stay in our place and do our meditation and spiritual activities. Swasthan mein reh karke we will do the activities. We will not, we are going to temples, they are breaking the temples. We are going outside, nudity following, then they are cutting us down or whatever. So it started with a very sublime thought. Then they said, after all these dangers are gone, we will go back and revisit the old thing. But by that time, it was a too long a gap, and people forgot the whole ideal with which the thing emerged, and the thing became important. The ideal got lost. So that is the divide between the pure, deep Jainism and the Stanakwasi, away from the pure, deep spiritual connect, which should be there. It is there, not that it is not there. But again, in a way, if it is ekantik, if it is only mine is right, then it is Ragdvesh.
And
there are many Stanakvasis who read the Digambar literature, who read the Srimad literature, and they are really following the real Jainism. And there are those who are very rigidly following it and doing Ragdvesh also. The charitra mein rigidity is there. But Gyan Darshan mein that rigidity is that mine is right, my sampradaya is right, that rigidity has crept in. And I have seen all these kinds of sects. And after reading all these, I can scan people's minds and ways, but I cannot do anything about it unless otherwise they want me to help them. I cannot help them. I don't even attempt to help them. I've given 30 years to the Samaj. But now my focus is only and only pure Jainism. And people who listen to this, I'm there for them. Otherwise, I'm not there for them also.
So, ma'am, yesterday I met somebody, Stanakwasi. So they believe the Stanakwasi tradition was the original one. We were supposed to be like that only, very simple, without Murti Puja. That was original Jainism. That is what they believe, like, this is.
See, I'm born in that tradition and I've grown up with that tradition, that temple worship is not a Jain culture. It is an influence of the Vedic culture and all these things. That is what they have taught us, right? This is only right. Kuch bhi karo to hinsa hai, dosh lagta hai, kriya lagti hai, वगैरह 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 है ना, सब त्याग करो, ये करो, वो करो. वही, I have grown up with all that. And I've taken to those practices of vratas and all those kind of things. And this is only right and all that. But not this is only right, aisa nahi. But my Pathshala teacher told me, no, Jay Swarup samjhya bina. So through the Stanakwasi tradition, I was trying to listen to people who will tell me about the Jay Swarup. But nobody was there. Only one teacher I found who taught me the Tatvar Sutra. Right? Maybe my limitations were there. I did not find the right teachers at that time. My limitations were there. But then I have grown up with that. And that is what was reinforced. But had I not come to the department and not seen this aspect of Jainism, I would have thought that only.
Yeah. And ma'am, yesterday the Vihar was there of Virendra Muni Maharaj Sahib, Stanakwasi tradition. So I had the opportunity of doing that and walking with them in the Vihar. And I felt the aura was so strong. And I thought literally Bhagwan is standing. That strong it was. So that would be what Gunastan, Acharya ji.
See, उनका तप और त्याग तो बोलता है ना. उनका तप और त्याग का औरा तो बोलता ही है. No, nothing wrong in that. है ना? Nothing wrong in that. Strong. See, I tell you one thing.
Can we say Jai Jinendra Trida ko? Jai Jinendra Trida.
Jai Jinendra bolo Trida. सब देखो आंटी आपको जय जिनेंद्र बोल रहे हैं.
Jai Jinendra Trida.
She just woke up.
You can see the sleep in her eyes actually.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you, but you wanted to leave by 9:45.
Yes, I wanted to leave. I want to leave. See, I'll tell you one thing quickly. See, how we discussed about Shastra Abhyas. Like that they are discussing about. अब बोल रही है जय जिनेंद्र, बोलो इनको बोलो, सबको बोलो जय जिनेंद्र, नहीं बोलना, अच्छा मत बोलो, चलो. See what they told about Shastra Abhyas. Now they have started with Gunasthan and all like that. Then next they are going to tell you about Tapasya. Then they are going to tell you about Vrat. Then they are going to tell about Pujan. So I'll request you all to read through these pages. And if you have any doubts, you come or listen to my Friday class. Everything I've done there. हाँ, आ रही हो. Till page number 206. आ गई. खत्म करके आना. हाँ, नानू बोल रहे क्लास खत्म करके आना. Okay. There's my Diwali lunch at home, you know, so I have to get going with the preparation. So
Thanks, ma'am. Jai Jinendra, thank you so much.
निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए जिनवानी
माँ को वंदना शतबार है.
So I'll request Saurabh bhai to help people with the lines that are there up to page number 206. So can I consider I've done up to page number 206? Or whenever you want me to do these 5 pages again, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Jai
Thank you,
Jinendra.
ma'am.
Jai
Jai
Jinendra.
Jinendra.
Thank you.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, thank
Jai
Jai
Jinendra.
Jinendra. Saurabh, we'll have to catch up with all these things. You know, we are
Yeah.
one module lagging
Behind.
behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how do we do this?
First of all, I would say that we would need to be more regular with the classes happening because we have missed a few sessions. I have been one of the culprit for that as well.
No, we
But
are all bigger culprits actually. Sorry.
But that puts us behind. Maybe what we'll do is today, whosoever can come in, we can talk about those 4 pages, and that will be in the recording. So that way, anybody who has missed out will be able to listen to that. So we'll get the session started 4:30 p.m. India time, and we'll see how many of us turn up. But at least we'll have something to record on as well. I just need one person at least to attend so I can talk to someone.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I also request at least
I'll be
one or
there,
two
Saurabh ji.
people to, acknowledge the recording. Then I'll know that it has come, Otherwise, if it doesn't come and then I get a message later on, as soon as I put it on the WhatsApp group, I delete the recording.
Okay.
For making storage, and
Yeah.
if it gets deleted and after a while people ask where is the recording, then I can't retrieve
You
it.
won't be able to find it. Yeah.
So please, as soon as I put the recording, I request somebody to give an indication that they have got it.
One question here, Shobha ma'am. If that recording you're deleting, would it mean that when we read that recording or we listen to that recording, it is gone out of memory from
No. This is put into your other storage.
Okay.
But
YouTube.
it gets deleted from Zoom.
Okay.
But even then it stays there for 30 days, but I'll have to go to the deleted section and retrieve it. But if people don't respond within 30 days, that also goes off from the Zoom.
Yeah.
But once it is downloaded and put into our that
recording list,
recording link which I give you on YouTube, then it doesn't go. It stays there actually.
Okay.
Have you been able to put it in within 24 hours, madam?
No, I can't do it within 24 hours. I'm very sorry. I can do it when I get the time.
I don't mean to ask you to do that. No, I didn't mean to ask you. I'm asking you how soon you do it. That's all.
I do it as soon as I get. It takes about 45 minutes to do that because
right.
It gets processed and then I have to download it and then it gets into that one process is there, and after that the processing of uploading onto the YouTube takes a long time. And once it is done, I get the shareable link. And after that, I have to copy the shareable link and put it in there. So it's a time lag of about 1 hour 15 minutes.
Thank
for
you,
that.
Shobha ma'am, for
So,
all your help.
3 to 4 days.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So it will be 3 to 4 days or 7 days, madam.
You're looking very good today. I think you're
Thank you.
recovered.
Thank you. Thank you so
Then,
much. I'm
would
really
it be 7
relieved.
days?
I can't promise you, Bharat Bhai,
No. I'm just guessing. I'm just getting guesswork.
I may
7
do
days?
it the very next day, or I might do it as soon as I get time. You see, there is so much on my plate. I just
Yeah, I know.
find
I think
it
we should
difficult.
prepare some. Don't you think we should prepare somebody else with you?
Yeah, I've tried it. Even my Prakrit, this thing I have tried, but it's not working. I don't know. So somebody who is technologically more less challenged than me should take over, kind of thing.
But are you not able to relay it in YouTube straight away?
I
Like we
tried
do
it.
discuss.
You see, the thing is, whoever is registered on the YouTube for that link, I have given the passwords to people and
Okay.
to do it, but it's somehow not working
Okay.
because, like, supposing I give it to you, and you will get a OTP.
Okay.
And if that OTP is not a locally registered number, then there is a problem there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are all for privacy and security.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is the unfortunate thing. Actually, I've given all the passwords to people. Like even Mahindran sir has all my passwords actually.
Right.
But you are able to log into it, but you know the YouTube this thing he's unable to do it.
Okay.
Likewise, when we lend our this thing to Prakrit, I remember asking you all permission, and he said it's okay. There also, I have the lady is in Hawaii, the one who was willing to do it. So I given her everything. In fact, when I want to know the password, I call her up and ask her, please give me the password. I've forgotten it, kind of. I can't find it anywhere. So she does it, but then we created a different YouTube for them also. But she's unable to log into it. We'll have to work on it. And unfortunately, both of us having the time together to work on it hasn't happened yet. When she's free, I'm not free, and I'm free, she's not free, and things like that.
Yeah.
And once or twice we tried for nearly half an hour, 45 minutes, and gave up because we are not that very technically.
Same time zone, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. And the OTP thing, you know, you have to, like, whenever I have to put things into the university YouTube thing, but sometimes for these lectures and all, I used to do it 2 years ago. Priya ma'am used to give me the password, but then she will get the OTP and she will immediately pass it on to me because we are in the same time zone, and she phone me, she will do it. So these kind of things are the problem actually.
Right. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, I have in the Zoom schedule itself, I have put alternate Mahindran sir's email on it, you know. Maybe he'll have to create YouTube, but then like today, he's not there. You're going to do it.
Yeah.
It won't get into the YouTube, even if I don't know. He can create, I don't know if more than one person can create for one link kind of thing, you know. We'll have to work it out actually. But let's see when I get a little free time, I'll try and do it.
Sure. Okay, no problem there. Thank you, Shobha.
I'm very sorry that I'm not joining. Please, in near future, I'll join.
4:30, near future is 4:30 today.
No, ma'am. I have some, I'm planning for it. But anyway, I am also a culprit, so I'm feeling guilt. That's why I'm telling this.
I didn't mean to say we all have to be guilty about it. It's just that it's something that benefits all of us, and I suppose I can also get some insight from your point of view, your studies, your experience, and it's more like sharing those experiences. That's how I see it.
Yes.
See, the only thing is, I feel bad when only Saurabh comes and nobody, not even one person is there. And poor man, he waits for half an hour and we have an empty recording. I get to know about it when I'm going through the recording and there is silence and I can see Saurabh, wondering and waiting and all this stuff. That was the day I feel very bad actually. Like
I think these things happen. I'm studying myself anyway, so I would be waiting for someone to turn up. If not, my studies keep going on. So, but it would be nice that if we don't miss out on, because I suppose we only have a year to go, and there are so many things that we are lagging on, which hopefully some of that we can cover up again. But let's try. Let's try.
Yeah. And Bharatji, I'll try to be as regular as possible, as punctual in uploading.
I didn't mean anything. Just
Thank
I was
you.
trying to
Jai
get the
Jinendra.
knowledge.
Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Thank you.
Jai Jinendra. I'll try
Jai
to join.
Jinendra.
I'm joining today.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sunday evening, so something or the other comes up. That's
Yeah.
the only problem.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Bye bye.